Have you ever felt like you are doing your best, playing by the rules, swallowing your anger, trying to be a good person, yet life still keeps slamming doors in your face? Have you ever lain awake at night and whispered to yourself, "Why is it always me? Why does everything go wrong no matter how hard I try?" Welcome back to the channel, my friend. I am really glad you are here. In this space we explore awakening, wisdom, cause and effect, compassion, spiritual practice, and the mysterious way destiny can twist and turn. Today we are going to sit with a question many people secretly carry, but rarely talk about openly. When your life feels like one long chain of not going well, work not going well, relationships not going well, health not going well, family not going well, what on earth are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to just accept your fate? Are you supposed to scream at the sky and say life is unfair? Are you supposed to force yourself to look on the bright side, even when your heart is full of pain? The teaching behind the original text gives us a very direct, very down to minus earth answer, coming from the perspective of Ksitigarbha, the Bodhisattva, as explained by a deeply experienced old master. The core message can be condensed into four simple words that sound almost offensive at first: willingly endure and accept. At first hearing, you might explode inside. Are you kidding me? I am already suffering so much, and now you are telling me to willingly endure? Do you just want me to be a doormat? No, that is not the point at all. Those four words are not telling you to become a powerless victim. They are pointing to a very profound way of seeing your life through the lens of karma and awakening. They mean to willingly accept that some of what you are going through now is karmic debt coming due, to endure not with resentment and self-pity, but with wisdom. So you stop adding new debt on top of the old, to turn every not going well moment into a piece of firewood that fuels your practice, your compassion, and your awakening. In other words, this is not about letting life trample you. It is about learning how to stand in the middle of your storms without drowning, and even using those storms to reshape your destiny from the inside out. So in this long sharing, let us walk through it slowly. We will tell stories, look at how not going well appears in real lives, explore what karmic debt really means, how to tell when patterns are ripening, and how, in the exact moment you are about to explode, you can choose a different response that quietly rewrites your fate. You do not have to believe in anything blindly. You only need to be willing to experiment with a different way of seeing your pain. That willingness alone is already a sign of awakening. Imagine a woman named Claire. She is in her mid-30s. From the outside, she is not doing badly. She has a job. She pays her bills. She has some friends. But if you sat with her for an hour and let her speak honestly, you would hear a familiar story. She has been laid off twice in 3 years. In the first company, she worked overtime constantly, picking up the slack for colleagues, only to be quietly removed during restructuring. In the second company, she was verbally promised a promotion, but when the time came, her manager gave it to someone else and told her, "You are just not visible enough." Her relationships are a mess. She always seems to attract partners who are emotionally distant or unstable. Each time she thinks she finally met someone reliable, something collapses: cheating, ghosting, or just a slow withdrawing of affection, until she is left wondering what she did wrong. Her health is fragile. She gets sick easily. Small things that never fully resolve: migraines, stomach issues, unexplained fatigue. Doctors say it is stress-related. She smiles bitterly. She knows she is stressed. She just does not know how to live differently. On top of that, there is family drama. A brother whose debts always somehow become her responsibility. A parent who constantly criticizes her choices. Relatives who ask her when she will finally settle down, as if she has not tried. Often, late at night, when she cannot sleep, she stares at the ceiling and thinks, "I am trying so hard. Why is everything so difficult? Does heaven hate me? Is there some dark cloud following me around?" She has tried self-help books. She has tried positive affirmations. She has tried pretending nothing hurts. None of it has really reached through. Then one day, a friend invites her to a talk at a small temple. The topic is something like how to face life when nothing seems to go right. The friend says, they are going to talk about cause and effect in Ksitigarbha. Maybe it will help. Claire hesitates. She is not particularly religious, but she is tired, and her heart is heavy, so she agrees to go. The hall is simple. People sit on cushions and chairs. At the front, an old monk with bright eyes and a gentle voice begins to speak. He does not start with "everything is fine." He does not say, "just be positive." Instead, he says calmly, "Some of you here today may feel that your lives are not going well at all. You work hard. You try to be good, but obstacles come one after another. It feels like the whole universe is against you. You are not imagining it. Something really is happening. From the perspective of Dharma, this is not random bad luck. This is your past karma ripening." He pauses to let the words sink in. You might ask, what did I do to deserve this? The truth is, this is not just this one lifetime. We carry a long history of thoughts, words, and actions across time. When the causes and conditions come together, the effects must appear. When good seeds ripen, we enjoy blessings. When harmful seeds ripen, we meet obstacles, illness, betrayal, failure. Ksitigarbha and the great masters do not tell us this to crush us. They tell us this so we can stop being confused victims and start being conscious participants in our own destiny. Claire feels a mixture of resistance and curiosity. Part of her wants to shout, "So it is all my fault then?" Another part feels strangely relieved if there is a reason. Maybe there is also a way through. The old monk continues, Ksitigarbha has teaching to us can be summed up in 4 words: willingly endure and accept. Not to become a doormat, not to let others abuse you, but to recognize, this pain I am experiencing now is a bill for costs I created before. I cannot dodge it forever. If I pay it with hatred and blame, I will add new charges. If I pay it with clarity and compassion, I begin to clear the account. He smiles gently. I know, some of you may think, but I am already suffering so much. Why should I willingly suffer more? That is why we need wisdom. Wisdom does not remove all pain, but it changes how that pain functions in your life. With ignorance, pain becomes poison. With wisdom, pain becomes medicine. The phrase "pain becomes medicine" lands in Claire's heart like a small stone dropped into a still pond. Ripples begin. After the talk, she buys a small booklet that explains the teaching in more everyday language. On the train home, she reads something that turns her thinking upside down. It says, in essence, when nothing is going well, it is not a sign that heaven hates you. It is a sign that karmic debts are ripening. You cannot erase those debts by complaining. You erase them by willingly accepting the results without creating new harm. That is what it means to willingly endure and accept. It also explains that Ksitigarbha gave a double warning. If your life is currently going very smoothly, career success, good relationships, health, money, that does not mean you are free. It means your good karma is ripening now. Enjoy it, but do not become careless and indulgent, or you will waste that good fortune and plant new harmful seeds. If your life is currently full of obstacles, that does not mean you are doomed. It means your heavy karma is ripening now. It is painful, but it is also an opportunity. If you endure it with wisdom and do not add new negativity, then you are paying off old debts faster. In both cases, Ksitigarbha says the same thing: do not be heedless. In other words, whether your life feels like a sunny day or a stormy night, the real question is the same. What are you doing with this moment in terms of karma? Are you using it to wake up or to stay asleep? Claire closes the booklet and looks out of the train window. The city lights pass by. For the first time in a long time, she wonders, what if my endless, not going well is not punishment, but a chance to settle accounts and start fresh? This is the first shift from why me to what is this for. Let us go deeper into this idea of karmic debt, because it is easy to misunderstand it. Karmic debt is not a mystical curse. It is simply the natural result of actions. Anytime we hurt others, cheat, lie, manipulate, exploit, or even just act from deep selfishness without care, we are withdrawing from an invisible account. The hurt we inflict does not vanish into the air. It lodges somewhere in the web of life, and we are part of that web. Sometimes the results show up quickly. You insult someone and they insult you back. You break a law and get fined. That is simple. Other times, the results are delayed, especially when the harm is complex or involves many beings. We might not see the connection between what we did long ago and what we face now. But from the point of view of cause and effect, there is never a completely random blow. There is always some traceable pattern, even if our current memory cannot see it. Old masters often explain it with a story. Imagine that over many years, you borrowed money from many people, sometimes responsibly, sometimes irresponsibly. You took loans and never repaid them. You used credit cards as if they were free money. For a long time, nothing happened. Then one day, the bank system updates, and all your debts show up on one screen. Notices go out, calls come, the collectors knock on your door. From your perspective, it feels like a sudden disaster, but in truth, it is the delayed echo of your own past decisions. Karmic debt is like that. When life is full of friction and not going well, one way to see it is the collectors have arrived. You can slam the door, hide in the dark, and curse them. Or you can open the door, acknowledge what you owe, and start paying, while at the same time finally learning how to live so you stop borrowing blindly. This is where willingly endure and accept comes in. It does not mean you enjoy suffering. It means that when pain comes, you do not immediately say, "This should not be happening. I refuse. I am innocent." Instead, you say, "This hurts," in the light of karma. It must have a cause, even if I do not know the story. I choose to take this as part of my repayment and use it to deepen my practice. The original teaching gives 3 practical steps hidden inside those 4 words. First, willingly repay. Second, recognize patterns. Third, stop adding new debt. Let us walk through each one with real minus life scenes. First, willingly repay. This does not mean you stay in abusive situations or let others walk all over you. It means that when something painful happens that you cannot change directly, Instead of drowning in resentment, you add one more layer of meaning. I am paying back part of what I owe. For example, imagine you are being unfairly criticized at work. Your first reaction is anger and hurt. I did my best. This is so unfair. That reaction is natural. But if you stay there and keep thinking about it for days, replaying it, cursing the critic, you create new negativity in your mind and perhaps in your words and actions. Now imagine that, after feeling the sting, you pause and think, I do not know why this is happening. Maybe in the past, I spoke harshly and humiliated others, and now I am tasting a little of that. I cannot control their behavior, but I can choose how I respond. You take the criticism as a kind of bitter medicine. You look honestly at whether there is any truth in it. You calmly correct what needs correcting. You also protect yourself from unnecessary abuse if needed, but without adding hate. That inner gesture of accepting, yes, this hurts, and I will use it, is willingly repaying. It is like paying off a small piece of that long-ignored credit card bill. Second, recognize patterns. The old master gives a simple way to start seeing your karma. Look at where your problems are strongest. That area is where past actions are now matching up with their results. Maybe you notice you are constantly sick. Even with decent lifestyle choices, your health keeps breaking down. That might be connected to past harm done to life, killing, harming animals, or ignoring the suffering of others' bodies. Maybe you notice you are always humiliated in groups, easily shamed, always being put down. That might be connected to past habits of mocking, belittling, or humiliating others. Maybe you notice that no matter how hard you work, money never stays with you. That might be connected to past stinginess, hoarding, or refusal to help when you clearly could. The point is not to make you paranoid or to create a new story of I am cursed. The point is to give you a mirror. When you see where your life is repeatedly not going well, you can guess that this is an area where your karmic pattern is heavy and needs special attention. Claire, for instance, starts to notice that in every job, there is a repeating script. She gives, avoids speaking up, then gets overlooked or sacrificed. In relationships, she gives and gives, tolerating disrespect, then gets abandoned. She realizes that her pattern is not just life is unfair. She has a deep habit of abandoning herself first. She thinks that to be safe, she must always please others, even at the cost of her dignity. From a karmic perspective, that pattern may have roots in past lives of trying to survive by pleasing the powerful, or perhaps of manipulating others' approval and now experiencing the other side. But even without knowing the exact story, she can see this is where my karma is heavy. This is where I need practice. Third, stop adding new debt. This is where the teaching becomes very concrete. The old master says the moment you feel your old karmic pattern rising, anger, jealousy, fear, despair, the urge to lash out, you are standing at a crossroads. If you follow the old impulse, you strengthen the pattern and send out new harmful energy. If you can hold it for even a few seconds, breathe, and choose a lighter response, you cut one link in the chain. The teaching gives a very simple example. You wake up one day in a bad mood for no obvious reason. Everything feels wrong. The slightest noise irritates you. You feel an invisible weight pressing on your chest. From the karmic view, this is not totally random. It may be a sign that old harmful seeds are ripening as a dark emotional state. At this moment, you have two paths. Path 1, you let the mood run you. You snap at whoever is near your partner, your children, your colleagues. You complain. You send angry messages. You say things you know will hurt. You feel a brief release, but afterward you feel exhausted, and the relationships around you have new cracks. You have taken the karmic cloud and used it to create new storms. Path to you notice. I am in a bad mood. You do not pretend to be fine, but before you speak, you pause. You take a few deep breaths. Maybe you silently recite a sacred name or a short prayer. Maybe you open a page of a sutra or a wise book and read a few lines. You say to yourself, "This is my old karma surfacing. If I throw it at others, I will repeat my mistakes. Let me hold it for a moment." You may still feel heavy. You may not be able to smile. But if you manage to swallow even one harsh sentence that you were about to spit, you have already changed your fate. On the outside, nobody may applaud. They may not even notice. But from the viewpoint of cause and effect, that one moment of restraint is tremendously powerful. You stop the continuation of an old chain. This is what it means to not add new debt. When Ksitigarbha says, "Do not be heedless," he is not saying, "Be tense all the time." He is saying, "Do not live on emotional autopilot, especially when things are not going well." In fact, difficult times can be the best training ground. When life is smooth, it is easy to chant, to recite, to post spiritual quotes. We feel calm because nothing is challenging us. When life is rough, all our hidden tendencies come up. Resentment, self-pity, blame, fear, aggression, avoidance. If, in those moments, you can remember even a little bit of Dharma, remember Ksitigarbha's vow. Remember cause and effect. Remember that this pain can become fuel. Then every rough day becomes part of your path, not a detour. Let us meet another person to see this clearly. Ethan is in his late 20s. He has been struggling with depression for years. Some mornings he wakes up with a sense of despair, so heavy that he does not even want to get out of bed. Nothing particularly bad has happened that day. The mood just descends like a cloud. He feels guilty for feeling this way. He thinks, "I have a roof over my head. I am not starving. Why am I like this? I must be weak." One day, he stumbles on a recording of a talk in which an old teacher says, "Sometimes when you suddenly feel deep sadness or fear for no obvious reason, it may be old karma ripening. You do not have to dig into past life movies. Just know that this feeling is your past knocking at the door. If you respond with awareness instead of panic, you can transform it." The teacher suggests a simple practice. When such a mood arises, instead of immediately reaching for distraction, sit quietly for a few minutes, feel the emotion in the body, and then consciously transform it into compassion. For example, think, "Right now I feel this heavy loneliness. There must be countless beings who feel the same or worse. May this pain I am feeling become a bridge of connection. May they all be relieved." Ethan tries it one evening when the familiar darkness comes. At first, it feels artificial. He still feels stuck. But as he repeats, "May those who feel like this be free from suffering," something changes. His pain does not vanish, but it becomes less isolated. It is no longer just my depression. It is our shared human pain. In that shift, his heart opens a little. The mood becomes a teacher instead of just a tormentor. This is another way of willingly enduring, taking your own sorrow and using it as raw material for compassion, instead of letting it turn into hatred or self-destruction. So how does all this tie back to the sense of my life is always not going well? It means that every not going well situation is actually an intersection of two themes. Old karma ripening. A new choice you can make right now. You cannot erase the old karma by wishing it away. The exam paper has already been handed out, but you can decide how you answer the questions on it. That decision is what shapes your destiny from here on. The original teaching also makes a subtle but important point. Many people come to spiritual practice asking, how many times do I need to chant for my problems to be fixed? How many vows do I need to make before my illness disappears? How many recitations before my family becomes harmonious? Hidden in these questions is still the same old mindset. I will trade my practice for specific results. I will do this so life becomes easy. Ksitigarbha's teaching nudges us toward a deeper question. Before my external situation improves, am I willing to improve my mind? Before my fate changes, am I willing to take responsibility for my own cause and effect and stop blaming? When you shift from the first kind of question to the second, your practice becomes real. Instead of treating chanting or meditation like a magical transaction, you treat it as a tool to train your heart. You are less obsessed with how quickly your outer circumstances change and more interested in whether you are becoming wiser, kinder, and more stable. Ironically, when the inner shift becomes your focus, outer changes often unfollow naturally over time. But even if they are slow, you suffer less because your attitude has transformed. Let us imagine a specific, not going well in detail, and see how this plays out. Suppose your biggest pain right now is your job. Maybe your boss is unreasonable. Your workload is heavy. Your efforts are not recognized. Every day you go to work with a knot in your stomach. You could stay in the mode of why is it always me? You gossip with colleagues, complain constantly, drag your feet. You think about quitting but do nothing constructive. Your stress leaks into your home life. You come home and shout at your family. You scroll social media to numb yourself, sleep badly, and repeat. In this mode, you are not just suffering old karma, you are actively planting new seeds of resentment, laziness, and harm. Even if you later change jobs, those seeds will follow you. The same pattern may repeat with a new boss in a new city. Now imagine that you approach the same job as part of your karmic repayment and training. You still acknowledge the pain. You do not pretend to enjoy unfair treatment, but you add an inner vow. Yes, this is difficult. It might be related to past arrogance, irresponsibility, or harm. Instead of just blaming, I will learn from it. I will do my work conscientiously, not for this boss's approval, but to purify my own patterns. I will speak up respectfully when something is truly unjust, but I will not poison the atmosphere with constant gossip. I will start quietly looking for other opportunities, but without burning bridges. Outside, your circumstances may look similar. Inside, your karma is being rewritten. Why? Because instead of reacting from the old place of bitterness, you are acting from a new place of clarity and responsibility. You are not passively accepting your fate. You are cooperating with cause and effect to grow. From this angle, the phrase willingly enduring the accept becomes very empowering. It does not mean lie down and let life crush you. It means stand up in the middle of the difficulty. Open your eyes to the hidden causes. Accept that some of this is your own ego, and then act in a way that stops the echo from getting louder. This is deeply connected to awakening, wisdom, compassion, practice, and destiny. Awakening, because you are waking up from the dream of I am just a victim of random misfortune. Wisdom, because you are understanding how cause and effect operate in your own life instead of only in theory. Compassion, because when you see your own karmic debts, you become gentler toward others. You realize that everyone is carrying invisible burdens. You become less quick to judge. Practice, because you are now using your everyday life as your meditation hall. Each annoyance becomes a bell that reminds you to breathe and choose. Destiny, because the sum of all these choices gradually bends the path of your life in a different direction. Maybe as you listen to this, your mind is raising objections. What about people who really abuse me? Am I supposed to willingly endure that too? No. Wisdom includes boundaries. If someone is actively harming you, you have every right to leave, to say no, to seek help, to protect yourself. That is not creating new bad karma. That is self minus respect. You can still frame the experienced karmic ally. Perhaps this situation arose from old patterns of power and harm. I will learn what I need to learn and then get out, without adding hatred to the fire. Does this mean I should never try to improve my outer situation? Again, no. The teaching does not tell you to stop seeking better circumstances. It simply says do not postpone inner work until after everything becomes easy. You can look for a new job while practicing patience in your current one. You can seek counseling while using your current emotional pain as fuel for compassion. You can change relationships while learning to recognize and transform your own patterns. The key is to avoid thinking, once my life is smooth, then I will practice. Most of the time, the only time we really feel pushed to grow is when things are not smooth. That is why the old masters sometimes say that obstacles can be blessings in disguise. Let us circle back to Claire, because her story is not finished. After that first talk, she does not magically become enlightened. Her problems do not disappear overnight, but something subtle shifts in how she meets them. The next time her boss minimizes her work, she still feels the sting. But instead of going straight into "I am useless" or "he is a monster," she pauses and hears the echo of the teaching. This is karmic ripening. I can use it. She asks herself honestly, have I been speaking up about my contributions? Or have I been hiding and hoping someone will just notice? She realizes that part of her pattern is to stay invisible and then feel victimized. So she sets a small goal once a week. She will present her progress clearly and calmly in a meeting, without apologizing for existing. It is awkward at first. Her voice shakes, but each time she does it, she feels a bit of the old karmic script loosening. At home, when she feels the familiar loneliness rise, instead of scrolling endlessly on her phone, she lights a small candle and sits for 10 minutes in quiet, watching her breath. She thinks of all the people in the world who feel lonely at that exact moment. She silently wishes them peace. Those 10 minutes do not solve all her problems, but they change the energy of her evening. Her room, which used to be filled with the blue light of her screen and the gray fog of her thoughts, now sometimes glows with a softer light. Slowly, she starts to feel less like a victim and more like someone engaged in a meaningful project, the project of waking up and repaying what needs to be repaid. Months pass. Some external things shift. She finds a new job in a healthier environment. Her health improves a little as she treats her body with more care. But even when new obstacles arise, she no longer sees them as proof that she is cursed. She sees them as part of the curriculum. So, what about you, right now? If you close your eyes and think of the part of your life that feels most not going well, what comes up? Maybe it is your job. Maybe it is a relationship. Maybe it is your mental health. Maybe it is money. Maybe it is a sense of meaninglessness. Whatever it is, try and experiment, not as dogma, not as blind belief, but as a working hypothesis. Say to yourself quietly, "This hurts. This is hard. And from the perspective of cause and effect, there must be reasons, even if I do not know them. I am willing to take this as part of my karmic repayment. I am willing to stop asking why me and start asking, how can I use this to grow? You do not have to feel ready. Just form the intention. Then, in the next difficult moment when someone criticizes you, when you feel a wave of despair, when plans fall apart, remember that you stand at a crossroads. You can go down the familiar road of anger, blame, self-pity, numbness, or you can pause, breathe. Remember Ksitigarbha has vow. Remember that this is a chance to cut one link in an old chain and choose a slightly kinder, wiser response. The second road will not feel dramatic, but taken again and again, it leads somewhere very different. At the end of your life, when you look back, what will make you feel that you really did not come here in vain? Not that you never had problems, but that you used your problems to wake up. Not that your life was always smooth, but that even in the rough times, you cultivated wisdom and compassion. Not that you never suffered, but that your suffering did not make you bitter. It made you deeper and more loving. That is the kind of destiny Ksitigarbha has teaching is pointing toward. Before we close, I want to invite you into a small reflection. Think of one not going well area of your life. Just one. For the next week, treat every discomfort in that area as a signal, not of unfairness, but of opportunity. Each time the signal appears, do 3 tiny things. Notice it instead of running away. Whisper inwardly, karmic ripening. Let me use this. Choose one small action that is slightly kinder, slightly more honest, or slightly more disciplined than your usual reaction. That is all. Do not worry about big results. Just plant these small seeds again and again. If you feel like sharing, I would truly love to hear your experiences. Have you ever had a period where everything seemed to go wrong, but later you realized it had pushed you onto a different, wiser path? Have you ever consciously chosen to willingly endure and accept something painful and found that your heart grew larger instead of smaller? Your stories, your struggles, your insights are not just your own. When you share them, they become lanterns for others who are walking through their own dark corridors thinking they are alone. If this long journey together gave you some comfort, clarity, or a new way to look at your not going well places, it would mean a lot if you could subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and leave a comment with your reflections. If you want to support this space more deeply, you can also consider becoming a member so we can continue to create these long, heart-level explorations of awakening, cause and effect, compassion, practice, and destiny. As you close this video and return to your day or your night, maybe place a hand gently on your chest and say to yourself, I may be tangled in karma, but I am not powerless. I can choose how I meet each moment. Your life may not be going the way you planned, but in the way you walk through what you did not plan, you are quietly shaping a destiny far greater than you can see right now. Life gets noisy. Work, stress, expectations. Sometimes we lose touch with the quiet part of ourselves. Bracelet isn't just an accessory. It's a small reminder that you deserve peace. You deserve moments of stillness. You deserve to hold on to your inner balance. If one of these bracelets speaks to your heart, you'll find the purchase link in the description below. And even more auctions available on our channel's shop page. Pick home the one that feels right.